Hello, I'm old Mr. Kent. I'm 82 years old, out on my morning e-trike ride. And first thing I have to do is make a correction. On my last video, I didn't realize I said I'm 83 years old. Why I said that, I don't know, because I'm not 83. And it kind of surprised me when I uploaded the video and started getting comments, and I didn't know I said that, so I was getting these comments that said, well, happy birthday, Mr. Kent. And I thought, birthday? So then I got on, I looked at the video, because I thought, where did I say that? Well, there it was, right there. I'm 83 years old. Well, I'm not going to be 83 years old until April, and you'll hear more about the date in this video. Because I got some comments about, birthdays, and this one comment said, why don't you tell us about some of your exciting birthdays? Well, that's about it. One of my exciting birthdays. Now I got a couple to talk about. So that's what this video is about, and I'm going to have two videos at the end, which are already on YouTube, about birthdays. Okay. So, all right, so let's get started. First birthday I remember, and I've talked about this before, was I was 4 years old, my fourth birthday, and we lived in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and in a developing neighborhood, and our neighbors had triplets, and I imagine there were some other kids in the neighborhood about my age too. And so she was going to invite everybody over for a party. And she showed me this little plastic car. Back then, plastics were all new. They were just coming out. And so it was a little blue car. I don't remember, just like a Hot Wheels, about that size or so. And it didn't have any detail on it. It was just kind of a swoopy looking car. And then it had a clear top on it. Like where people would sit, and it was very simple. And she said, I'm going to give one of these away to everybody that comes to your birthday party. And I remember saying something like, it's my party. How come you giving everybody presents, That's my nature. That's the kind of guy I am. I haven't changed much. So that was the first one I remember. And then, if you recall a video previous a couple times back, when I went roller skating on New Year's Eve, and my eyes are watering. It's pretty cold out here this morning. It was 31 degrees when the sun came up, and so kind of cold. So I got my warm clothes on, and my nose is running. What else is new? So anyway, on my 10th birthday, which was after my toenails had come off from wearing roller skates that were too small for my feet, I got a pair of shoe skates, brand new, and I got a picture of them. They're over at my son's house. We still have them, and he used them the other day just to show off. And they're honest to goodness leather. I wore them for years and years and years, going roller skating and stuff. Anyway, so I got some new roller skates, and have kept them all my life. But also, I got a BB gun, a Daisy BB gun. And if you don't know, well, Daisy BB guns were by far the most popular, and it was a pump gun. Well, we still have it in the family, but I'm not going to put a picture of it because YouTube, they don't like guns. So I'm not going to put a picture of it there. So that was on my 10th birthday. Okay. Now we're going to jump ahead. I've told this story before, and I just hate myself for doing what I did. But that's the kind of guy I am. And my wife said, go ahead and tell the story. Make a jerk out of yourself. And so I think I've told it before. But when I was born, well, first of all, we'll just start. We were just newly married, And she had children from her first marriage, and I had children from my first marriage. So we had 4 kids over for my birthday party. And she said, you know, when is your birthday? And so beforehand, so I said, well, the birth certificate says April 4th. And so she got it, you know, and she fixed up a really nice dinner for all of us, and just really special, you know. She's a good cook anyway. And then she had chocolate cake and for dessert, and I don't know, might even have had ice cream. I don't know. But anyway, so we had this nice meal and the dessert, a little birthday party. And then when it was all over, I'm going through a rut here. When it was all over, she says, well, how was that? I said, that was fine, except my birthday was yesterday. See, what happened is when they filled out the, I'm going to jump down the hill here. Whoopee. All right. When they filled out the birth certificate, the kind of bumpy here. The doctor said, or the doctor put the wrong date. He put down April 4th, but it was only April 3rd. So then they have this attachment that they stapled to the birth certificate that points out that it's really April 3rd. So when I told her my birthday was yesterday, that's because she had given me my party on the 4th, because I told her that my birth certificate said it was on the 4th. Now, I wouldn't recommend, I would never do that again. But we were young, and I was a smart aleck, and so it was one of the most unkind things I could start a marriage with. But I did it. Okay, so the next story, you're going to say, she did that for you after what you've done for her? So anyway, years went by, and my 50th birthday came along, and I was working at the Christian radio station, which was located at a church, and my birthday was on a Sunday, and so she set it up so that after the evening service, she would have a surprise party for me when I got home from work. Well, actually, it's from work, because I had to do the PA system. I had to make sure the radio station was running. I had to do all this. So when church got over, she took the kids home, and then I'd come home, 10, 15 minutes later. Well, that gave her time to have all these people come and gather at our house and surprise me when I came in. And so she had that all planned, and they all showed up and everything, and they waited, because I don't remember what it was. Maybe we were talking about airplanes, maybe there was something that needed to be addressed, but I was up at the radio station for about a half an hour. And this was on a Sunday night when everybody's got to get up and go to work the next morning and all that. And so when I actually came home, she was standing there with a rifle. No, I'm teasing. When I came home, everybody was like, we're not too happy about you. It was one of the worst surprise parties that I've ever been to, and it was my own surprise party. So anyway, but she planned that all for me, and fortunately, she still loves me, and my birthday will be coming up in April, and I will be 83 then. In the meantime, I'm 82, which is about equivalent with my IQ. All right, so now I got the next thing. The next part is my 2 videos that I said I would share. I had a friend at the same church we had a mutual friend, and he was turning 40 years old, and that's over the hill and all that kind of stuff. So he asked me if I would write a song and sing it at his birthday party that they were having for him. And of course, I'm always glad or I was always glad to write a song. I haven't written any songs for a while, but so I put together a little song about turning 40 years old. And I don't know if it's 70,000. Anyway, it's on YouTube, and a lot of people use it to play at their friend's 40th birthday party. And so, this is the song I wrote, and I hope you'll enjoy it.
Some folks treat you kindly and some treat you bad. Some give you the worst time that you've ever had. But you'll never be treated so cruel or so cold as what's waiting for you at 40 years old. 40 years old, it's not over the hill, though it just makes good sense to write out your will. If the wrinkles don't get you, arthritis will. 39 might have been your best deal. If you don't believe me, just look around. You'll find what I'm saying is valid and sound. It's a very sad story, but it has to be told to get you prepared to be 40 years old. 40 years old, it's not over the hill, though it just makes good sense to write out your will. If the wrinkles don't get you, arthritis will. 39 might have been your best deal. It begins with your memory, then drops to your waist. You better be ready, it approaches with haste. Your midsection keeps what your memory can't hold. It all starts to happen at 40 years old. 40 years old, it's not over the hill, though it just makes good sense to write out your will. If the wrinkles don't get you, arthritis will. 39 might have been your best deal. Rest becomes precious from working so hard. You'll pay someone's kid for mowing your yard. You appreciate handrails and soon grab a hold, 'cause your balance gets off about 40 years old. 40 years old, it's not over the hill, though it just makes good sense to write out your will. If the wrinkles don't get you, arthritis will. 39 might have been your best deal. Oh, you'll laugh and act silly like nothing has changed. You won't tell a soul how your world's rearranged, as slowly your teeth change to plastic or gold. In the few years remaining past 40 years old. 40 years old, it's not over the hill, though it just makes good sense to write out your will. If the wrinkles don't get you, arthritis will. 39 might have been your best deal.
All right. Kind of a corny song, but anyway, it does the job, I guess you could say. All right, so now, this next video, it's just special to me and my family, I suppose. But when my dad got to be 80 years old, he was not in good health. And so, because of that, good morning. because he wasn't in good health, it was a sad thing. He was on oxygen, and he only lived to be 83. So on his 80th birthday, everybody wanted to give him a birthday party. So they rented a hall where all the family members and relatives and everything could come and celebrate his birthday. And so we had this big party, and they put up like a big easy chair up at the front of the area, and then people all circled around, and they had to ask me if I could write a song to my dad for his 80th birthday. And I said, sure, I'll do that. Be glad to do that. I don't know whether to tell you this at the beginning or afterwards, but when I finished singing this song, it's the only time in my life I ever saw tears come to my dad's eyes. So it's special to me, and I hope that you enjoy it. And so let's play that video.
Who could fix what I broke and give me reason to hope? My dad. Who could happen along and make a right out of wrong? My dad. Who'd we learn to run to when the toy we got new didn't do all the things that we wanted it to? There was no other person we knew but my dad. Who would I rather have help me work on my math? My dad. When I learned how to drive, who'd I have at my side? My dad. And just about everything, from riding a bike to the issues of life that I like and don't like, well, I guess I got it all from my dad. And I sure am awful thankful for my dad. He's among the dearest friends I've ever had. And there hardly comes a day the Lord won't hear me say, well, I sure am awful thankful for my dad. Who gave honest advice, who would never speak twice? My dad. Who could teach all he did to a bunch of us kids? My dad. When we all moved away, started life on our own, in our hearts we were all taking Daddy along, for we couldn't have done it without my dad. As the years have passed, who gave me memories that last? My dad. And I honor him so, there's so much that I owe my dad. And there's little that I can do or say to show how much I love him today, but I feel it all when I say my dad. And I sure am awful thankful for my dad. He's among the dearest friends I've ever had. And there hardly comes a day the Lord won't hear me say, well, I sure am awful thankful. Yes, you know I'm awful grateful. I sure am awful thankful for my dad.
All right. Well, too bad you couldn't have been there and seen my dad. He was a pretty special guy in the lives of all of us kids, and got a lot of good memories of my dad. Well, all right, so those are birthday stories. Not all my birthdays, but the good one was my dad's birthday. All right, so anyway, I want to thank you for taking time to watch these videos, listen to me blabber, and by the way, I'll make one other little comment. I haven't been putting up videos for a while, partly because it's cold, but also for a couple of days I had to recover because I had a minor stroke. And I've had them before, so maybe on the next video I'll tell you a little bit about the strokes I've had. And they were not strokes of luck. Anyway, all right, so I want to thank you for watching the video, and God bless.